Hello everybody and welcome back to another Canva tutorial. My name is Ed and today I'll be showing you how to repurpose content for social media. So, repurposing content is an amazing way to breathe new life into previously high-performing posts. It also saves you a lot of time shooting and producing new content, and it's a strategy a lot of top social media marketers swear by. So, let's jump into Canva and run through a few cool examples. Here we are in Canva. I'm currently in a design that I've created and I've placed the example post that we're going to be repurposing on different pages here, just to give you two distinct ways that we can approach repurposing. There are also many other ways. These images were taken from Canva's photo library, and I advise you to work along with me as you go using your own images. First up is an image of a burger, and a nice one at that. Let's say it's been posted in its current state already and received great amounts of engagement. We want to use this image again somehow. It could be that something about this image generated lots of comments and chatter, and we want to replicate that all over again, but also give this a new spin this time. I think this image could use a human element, and there's an opportunity here to highlight the layers and ingredients in the burger, seeing as they're very prominent and being heroed here. I'm starting to have a vision for the end result, so let's bring it to life. Okay, so before our first step, we're just going to quickly detach this from the background, because sometimes when you put an image into your design for the first time, it automatically attaches that image as a background. Once this is free, we can now move this around. Let's now run this image through Background Remover, which is a Canva Pro feature and the best feature ever. Let's give this a sec to work. And Background Remover has done a terrific job. This is looking awesome. Let's now take color theory into consideration and choose our background. I think I might put this on a red background, seeing as red is theorized to play on people's appetites, which is what we're looking to do with this image. So I might just resize this really quickly and then select the background and go for a nice red here. Potentially this bright red. Perfect. My posts also tend to perform well when there's a human element, so I might add a hand element in and position it in a way that it looks like the burger is being held. So I'm going to quickly search for hand and have a quick little look. I don't really see the hand element I'm after, so what I might do is choose this one up here and then look out for the magic recommendations which pop up. This one here is what I am after. I want the burger to look like it's being held. So I might layer this underneath and behind the burger, and then head to position and just push that backwards. And because it's not quite aligned, I might also just quickly do that so it's in line with the grooves of the finger and the palm. And that's looking good so far. I'll also give the burger and hand some shadows so that they feel like they physically exist in this red world we've created. So I might do that quickly just by copy and pasting this burger and pushing it behind. Now when we have our shadow burger, what we're going to do is head to adjust or edit. Now we're going to turn the brightness down to make this a little bit darker, the contrast up, and the saturation down. Now it's looking quite dark. What we can then do is hit blur, and that's going to give us this nice shadowy effect. It is too bright at the moment, so we might also turn the transparency down. And that looks perfect. We want the shadow to be subtle. I'm going to do the same thing with the hand now. I'm just going to quickly select this, place it behind in the same sort of angle that we did with the burger. And I'm going to follow the same steps. Brightness down, contrast up, saturation down, and then blur. Now I think we might have an issue here because of how close this crop line and that shadow is. I think there might be a line there, and I am right. So I might just quickly pull this out and inspect it. It seems like if I flip this vertically and again set the transparency a bit lower, I could be able to position this in a way where the underside of the arm here can serve as our top half sort of shadow. So that was a cool workaround. And that looks like the burger and hand physically exist in this red world. Let's add a headline for this post. I want something punny and cool sounding, so I might go for something like burger, which is a pretty cool pun, play on the word burger. So for our font for this headline, I think I want something that looks hand-drawn and fun to kind of match what's being expressed in this image. I'm going to quickly take a look for some fonts over here. I'm going to click handwriting so I can filter by handwritten fonts. And I'm just going to have a look through. Feel free to take as long as you need to when you're doing this for your designs as well. I think it's very important to find the most fitting and appropriate font for your design. I think I like this one just because it is in caps, it's quite strong, and it also mirrors sort of how grand this burger is as well. I think I might go with white just because it looks like it has a bit more punch than black on this particular design. And I'm now going to add some lines and labels, which I'll use to point to different ingredients and layers of this burger. So I'm going to do that by heading to Elements, closing our previous search, and choosing this dotted line. And you can choose any of these lines really, you can even choose arrows, but I'll be going with this dotted line for this particular design. Might change the weight real quick to probably 3, something a bit thinner and more subtle so it doesn't interfere with too many of the elements in our burger. And I'm going to kind of go for a radial effect, which means I'm going to kind of go in a circle around and have all the arrows pointing in sort of outwards in a circle, sort of radiating out from the burger. You'll see what I mean as I go on. And I want to give myself enough space for text as well. I'm just going to continue doing this the whole way around. And here we are. Now we have lines pointing to almost all of the different layers and ingredients in our burger. We're now going to create labels for these. So I might just copy our headline font, and I might just start with the bun, and I'm going to resize this, and I might add a line break there. I might also change the line height of this, just because I feel like they're a bit too close together. That works fine for me. And I'm just going to label all these ingredients the whole way around and then speed this section up since I began filling all these out. So there we have it. I kind of want a few different pieces of text to stand out a bit more than the others. So what I might do is I might highlight this and make it yellow, just for a bit of contrast against the red and the white. And then I might just, and just make sure this is centered. Perfect. And then I might change all of this text here to be the same yellow. I'm just going to quickly do this for all these selections. And now our pun and ingredients are looking a lot more pronounced. And now this is our original versus repurposed image. To some degree, you can't tell our image on the right was the image on the left once upon a time. In under 10 minutes, we've made this entirely new image ready for posting. We've added 2 big conversation pieces by adding that pun and the ingredient descriptors. And we've also added a human element and some color cues, which should work well as well. Here we are with our second example. We have a selfie which previously performed well on social, and we want to use this image again somehow. We're overdue for some motivational quotes on our social page. I have a few ideas around how we can repurpose this image. First, let's detach this from our background, like we did with our burger post. Once that's all done, let's run this through background remover by heading to edit and then background remover. And now let's make this image black and white or grayscale to give it some mood. We're going to do that by heading to edit and then by moving saturation down. And now we have that grayscale effect. Let's also put this to one side and give it a half crop just to add some further distinction from the original post. We can do that by finding the halfway point here and then by dragging this out and just realigning that. Perfect. We're going to leave some negative space here to the left to create some room for a quote. But first things first, let's choose a background color for this image. We're going to do that by selecting the background, then heading to background color. For this, I think a light pastel will work awesome, so let's go for this pastel pink. That's looking good. From here, let's add our text in. I think I want this image to say good things are coming in 2021, but I want to communicate it through my text in a clever way. Let's start by adding our text in. And I think I'll put 2021 in the center and give it like a distinct font so that it pops between the sentence above and below. Let's use 2 fonts that balance each other out. Something capitalized and strong balanced out with something lowercase, soft and handwritten. I love using the Beauty Salon script font, so let's do that for good things and are coming. Let's quickly search for that. Beauty Salon. There we go. And the same for the one below. Terrific. And for this middle text, we want something capitalized and strong. I think the font Sunborn will do that quite well. Perfect. I think we can improve this even further. So let's use a little bit of curved text up here and down here. First things first, head to effects. Let's go to curve. And for this, I think we'll go for something a bit more subtle. So maybe like around there. Yeah, that works well. And then for below, let's do that again. We could do 77 here, but now it's in the same sort of arch as above. If we go past this 0 point, we then invert the curve. So let's go for -77 so that it matches the curve above. I think I might also give this middle text an effect. Let's go to effects. I think shadow looks quite good. Lift looks okay. Hollow looks pretty good as well. I think for this, we'll go for hollow. So let's line these all up together. And I think by working off these blue lines, if you hover over the 2021 and then select this line, you're able to sort of match and align these. Let's make this just a bit bigger. Let's group select these and drag. Perfect. Let's change the font color if good things are coming so it isn't too dramatic against the pastel pink and not too distracting beside our subject image. I feel like the 2021 will look a little bit better if we change the color and gave it some contrast. So for this, I might make it another soft color. So I might quickly change this to perhaps pastel beige. It kind of gets lost there. I think a gray will give us a nice little distinction and then also fit into this grayscale sort of style that we have happening over here. I also feel like we can animate this post to further set it apart. So let's select this post and head to animate up top. And let's find the right effect for this kind of image. Let's test a few of these out and just see which one catches our eye. Feel free to take your time when you're doing this too. And I've settled on Tectonic, which is a Canva Pro effect. It has this cool panning effect where the cropped image actually pans out and the text pans in and they meet around halfway. I think for this kind of image where our subject is half cropped, this is a cool little addition. And we're all done. Here is our original image and our new repurposed videos side by side. Beyond the image itself, we've given this post a renewed message and purpose by including our quote, and the animated effects are a nice little way to grab some attention as our followers are scrolling through their feed. So now you know how to breathe new life into some previously published social media content. These were just some ideas. Did you have any of your own? If so, please share them below as well as any repurposed designs you've made. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and let us know in the comments below. Looking forward to seeing you in the next tutorial.